The typical car is usually sold either at a brand new dealership or eventually ends up on a used car lot. Or it can also be sold on an online car buying service just like Carvana. A select few cars are considered highly valued and make their way through auction houses. Some of these cars gain their worth due to their significant historical usage, like the 1964 Aston Martin DB5 featured in the Bond film Goldfinger, which was auctioned for an astounding $24.6 million in 2014. Others became valuable because of their rarity, with only a limited number ever manufactured, or due to their association with well-known figures, such as the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing once owned by Clark Gable, which fetched $2 million at auction. While this might seem like a substantial sum, they're exceptionally rare and valuable cars that have been sold for prices exceeding $20 million at auction. Stay tuned to discover which specific cars have made it into this exclusive category and the reason behind their esteemed status as prized automotive treasures. The 1956 Ferrari 290mm auctioned at a price of $22 million. It comes number 10 on our list, and it showcases the 1956 Ferrari 290mm, which successfully auctioned by RM Sotheby's in 2018, commanding an impressive $22 million. This particular model is exceptionally rare, as only 4 of these race cars were ever produced, and presently only 3 remain in existence. The purpose of its creation was to participate in the 1956 Mille Miglia race. During the event, the specific 290mm secured a notable second place position, driven by Peter Collins. Coming behind another 290mm. Notably, the auctioned car stands as the 4th and final unit of its kind ever manufactured, featuring a robust Tipo 130 V12, which was a 3,490cc engine. This V12 powerhouse produces an impressive 320 horsepower, enabling the car to achieve a remarkable top speed of 174 miles per hour. Moving on, we have the 1956 Aston Martin DBR1. That Aston Martin auctioned at a price of $22.6 million. Exquisitely restored and still maintaining its original state, the 1956 Aston Martin DBR1 holds the distinction of being the very first among the 5 DBR1s constructed, all aimed at fulfilling David Brown's ambitious dream, triumphing in the 24 hours of the Le Mans race. Carrying the designation DBR1/1, this specific car participated in not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive Le Mans races, namely in 1956, 1957, and 1958, but unfortunately it never managed to cross any finish lines in those events. However, its counterpart, the DBR1/2, eventually secured victory in the prestigious race in 1959. Nevertheless, the DBR1 did claim a trophy in the 1959 Nürburgring 1000-kilometer race, driven by the legendary Sterling Moss, where it even set a new lap record. This striking and agile machine was later sold at the esteemed RM Sotheby's Monterey 2017 classic car auction, fetching an astounding $22.6 million. But that is nothing compared to the next car we have on our list, which is the 1964 Ferrari 275 GTB C Special by Scaglietti, which auctioned at a mouth-watering $26.4 million. You might not have an interest in race cars or have a liking to any 1960s race cars, but the Ferrari 275 GTB C Special by Scaglietti manages to captivate both enthusiasts and non-enthusiasts alike with its captivating curves. Owning this car seems like an irresistible idea due to its stunning appearance. However, its rich history and rarity comes with a hefty price tag. This magnificent Ferrari is a refined variant of the Ferrari 250 GTO, featuring a 12-cylinder engine that generates an impressive 320 horsepower. The 275 GTB/C Special was specifically crafted for participation in the 1965 24 Hours of Le Mans race. Despite not competing in the event, this car, known as Chassis 06701, astoundingly fetched a staggering $26.4 million at an auction held in 2014. But that is nothing compared to the 1967 Ferrari GTB4 Nart Spider Edition, which auctioned at a crazy price of $27.5 million. Yes, another Ferrari on the list, and there are more to come. During the 1950s and 60s, Ferrari seemed to have a talent for designing cars that would ultimately become worth millions. I must admit, this is yet another stunning Ferrari that I wouldn't mind having in my own garage. However, with its auction price hitting $27.5 million in 2013, I might fall short by $1 million. By $27.5 million, I think. At the time of the auction, this remarkable sale set the record for the highest price ever paid for a road-going car, as well as for a Ferrari. A mere 10 of these were ever manufactured, originally presented in metallic blue. It underwent a transformation in the 1980s, receiving a vibrant red paint job, which went for a crazy $28 million in 2014. The 1956 Ferrari 290mm was specifically designed for the participation in the World Sports Car Championship. The car presented at the auction was labeled as the chassis number 0626, and it was driven by the renowned Juan Manuel Fangio. Notably, this particular car went on to compete in additional races in 1956 and 1957, achieving victory in the 1957 Mil Kilometros Ciudad de Buenos Aires race, where it was driven by Mastin Gregory, Eugenio Castellotti, and Luigi Musso. The car's significant value can be attributed in part to its association with the legendary driver Juan Manuel Fangio. Furthermore, cars that participated as Ferrari Works entries and attained victories in the World Sports Car Championship are seldom available in the market, adding to its rarity and appeal. But the car's price tag is nothing compared to the 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196R, which auctioned at a price tag of $26.9 million. The Formula One single-seater race car, also piloted by Juan Manuel Fangio, created headlines when it was sold for a staggering $29.6 million in 2013. What makes it intriguing is that it wasn't sold in pristine condition, but rather in its authentic state, preserving the marks and scars from its racing history. Consequently, this might not be the most visually appealing vehicle to go under the hammer, as its gunmetal gray appearance appears quite weathered and beaten. Nevertheless, the significance lies in the fact that Fangio drove this specific vehicle, one of the limited 14 W196s ever produced, to victory in both the 1954 German and Swiss Grand Prix. Out of those 14 cars, only 10 remain in existence today, and the remarkable history of this particular model renders it extraordinarily special. Its price tag, though, couldn't beat the 1957 Ferrari 335 Sports Caglietti, which auctioned for $35.7 million. The 1957 Ferrari 335 possesses an abundance of curves, akin to a spiral staircase. This stunning car had a brief but eventful racing career, participating in various races including the Le Mans and emerging victorious in the 1958 Cuban Grand Prix held in Havana, originally equipped with a 3.8-liter V12 Typo 140 engine, generating 340 horsepower. The car underwent modifications before Le Mans, getting upgraded to a V12 Typo 141 with an impressive 400 horsepower. Although it didn't compete in the race, driver Mike Hawthorne achieved a remarkable feat, completing lap 30 at an average speed of 126 miles an hour, marking the first time a lap was completed faster than 124 miles an hour. Retiring at the end of 1958, this vehicle's racing history is free of any major accidents, making it even more notable and esteemed. The 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO was sold for even more. Its price tag was almost as much as the 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta, which auctioned for $38.1 million in 2014. The 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta set a record as the most expensive car ever publicly auctioned, fetching an astonishing $38.1 million. Throughout its history, it was driven by notable figures such as French Formula One and sports car racing driver Joe Schlesser. Afterward, it spent an impressive 49 years as part of the Maranello Rosso collection, owned by race car and Ferrari collector Fabrizio Violatti. The production of this model was limited, with only 36 of its kind ever produced. Over time, some of these vehicles underwent modifications, and the one that was sold by Bonham's auction house was described as the 17th of the true 3-liter 250 GTOs. This iconic car boasts an impressive racing career. Auctioned for $143 million, this Mercedes-Benz outshines them all, commanding a price of $143 million at a special RM Sotheby's auction held at the Mercedes-Benz Museum, Stuttgart in 2022. A whopping $94 million more than the previous record, the car exudes a sleek and silver bullet-like appearance, reminiscent of something straight out of a James Bond movie. It was ingeniously crafted by Rudolf Uhlenott, who served as the head of the passenger car development at Mercedes-Benz during that time. Only 2 of these Gullwing coupes were ever produced, as Mercedes-Benz decided to withdraw from racing following a devastating crash at the 1955 24 Hours of Le Mans. cars. The second prototype remains at the Mercedes-Benz's private car collection. As part of the sale, the new owner, who remains unnamed, is required to make the car accessible for public display and special occasions. A notable aspect from this story is that the proceeds from the sale will be used to establish a global Mercedes-Benz fund. This fund aims to provide educational and research scholarships to young individuals in the fields of environmental science and decarbonization. So there you have it. Ferrari might dominate this list with 7 out of the top 10 vehicles, but a remarkable Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR all-in-out coupe blows them all out of the water with an astonishing price of $143 million. Can you believe that? These rare and valuable cars are the creme de la creme of car collecting, with only a limited number ever made, making them highly sought after and often rare at public auctions. But the ones we've discussed today are truly automotive treasures. The sale of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR will contribute to establishing a Mercedes-Benz fund, providing educational and research scholarships in the areas of environmental science and decarbonization for young people worldwide. A powerful way to invest in the future. If you want to stay updated on more exciting automotive stories and the world of car collecting, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.